Did you know teaching others something you have learned is one of the most effective study methods? In fact, there's a highly effective study technique designed on this principle called Feynman technique. This technique proposes when learning a new skill or studying for an exam, learners write about their topic as if they were teaching someone else. I didn't know the name or this principle till today, but I've been practicing this ever since my childhood, and it made learning easier for me. Maybe that's why I love to teach. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to art.bimble, where I provide you with art related tips and tricks, some art stories to make your art journey easier. Happy learning with art.bimble. In this video, you will learn Arabic calligraphy for beginners with some tips and tricks. We'll do it letter by letter. This will be a series of videos where we will practice with the help of highlighters, and we are going to do it with nuqtas, also without nuqtas. Then we'll do certain examples using calligraphy markers, using brushes, the paint brushes, and also using kalam. This whole series is going to be interesting. It's kind of a course. This was a general overview. Let's start learning. So, starting with highlighters, these are very helpful for practice because they are having cut nib, are easily available and affordable. The word nuqta from Arabic or Urdu means dot in English. Taking this nuqta with another pen, that's a calligraphy pen. We can also use chisel marker. Then there are different kinds of calligraphy markers that are metallic. And flat paint brushes. Also you can use kalam, that's a bamboo stick cut at an angle. It's used for Arabic calligraphy, and for that I'll make another video, as compiling it here won't do justice. So continuing with the flat brushes. For calligraphy with paint brushes, fluidity is a must. Let's see how. Check out all these nuqtas I'm doing with different quantity of paint within the brush. Which one do you think is a more precise rhombus? This one is perfect. The reason is it's a well-defined precise rhombus. For that you have to squeeze out extra paint, because excess of paint means no precision. There will be no well-defined borders. We'll make 7 nuqtas into 3, 2, 2, and this gives you a guide, kind of a graph for where you have to write your letters. With nuqtas we'll make measurements, and we will start with the first alphabet of Arabic, alif. This is just to introduce. We will do each and every letter separately. Here I want you to pause the video and tell me which one is the correct way of writing alif. The third one is the right way. Reason you will get when we'll do it letter by letter. Filhal ke liye few tips. This stroke is called zulf, and it's 1.5 nuqtas down. This alif is slightly slant, and at the end there is a slight curved tip, and usually it's 4 to 7 nuqtas down. Now let's talk about nuqtas. Is this a nuqta? No, it's not. For a perfect nuqta, hold the nib at around 70 to 80 degrees. Let me make few more examples, and I would like you to pause the video and guess which ones are right and which ones are wrong. Here is the result, and do tell me in the comment section how many you guessed right. So all you need to remember is at this angle, like 70 to 80 degree angle, you have to make a rhombus. Should be rhombus like. Okay, that's your nuqta, and this is for precision. So with nuqtas you will be precise enough, but without nuqtas you can do art and don't have to worry about the precision. These are few examples, and do tell me which ones do you think are right. All are, because it's without nuqtas, it's not precise, it's freehand, it's just to help you do art. You don't have to be accurate here, it's not khatati. Well, in khatati, these are the rules, but there you have to practice a lot and try to be as precise as possible. Therefore, without nuqtas is my choice. I love doing it. It just helps to do the art and lets me do my work. Now let's start letter by letter, with nuqtas, without nuqtas, everything. But before that, let me tell you one more principle our brain works on. It's use it or lose it principle. The idea is space out learning and repeat something just before you would have forgotten it. This is a great way to optimize learning and remembering. I highly recommend to keep an eye on this principle. Okay, so let's start by doing alif. For alif, there is a one nuqta at the top, and then you're going to write 7 nuqtas down, or like 4 to 7 nuqtas down. That nuqta on the top basically tells you how much wide your alif should be. You have to kind of start from that point and then go slantly down and then make a zuluf at the top. Now let me explain. As I said, the zuluf is going to be 1.5 nuqta down. That curved tip is going to be within the limits of the top nuqta. Just a small circle away. You can see on the right hand side, it's also within the same top nuqta. That gives you your alif. Remember, the curve is going to be from the 4th nuqta onwards. Now let me show you how I do it without nuqtas. Oops, nuqtas, eh? Remember, alif is 4 to 7 nuqtas down. The another letter is ba, ta and sa. With nuqtas and without nuqtas I'll also show, but next Saturday in the next video. Stay connected to learn more. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also share with those who would want to learn. Till next time, fi amanillah.